Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name's Shadowwraith, and today I'm going to be going over the Myphitic Blight-Haulers. My plan is to break down all the competitive aspects of Death Guard. In this edition, I might as well, with this book, and then when the new codex comes out, which hopefully won't be too long, they said it'll be in this year, I will be obviously breaking down that codex massively, but for the time being, what are you going to be running for now? Well, I'll tell you. First of all, it's going to be Myphitic Blight-Haulers. Okay, they're amazing. They're a must include, in my opinion, in most Death Guard lists because they're so cheap for what they can do, and you've got so many stratagems, that work so well with them, and a lot of synergy with your troops for having them in. They're not only super tough themselves, but they can make everything else that little bit tougher and more deadly. So let's dive in by looking at their stats. So, for 100 points, okay, this is how much one of these guys costs, 100 points. You are getting Movement 10, which is pretty fast for Death Guard. Weapon Skill 4, Ballistic Skill 4+, because it's a Demon Engine. Strength 6, Toughness 7, which is respectable for a little thing. Wounds 8, 3 attacks, and Leadership 8, 3+ save. Nice, not bad. What does it come equipped with? Everything. So, it's got a Bile Spurt, so 12-inch range, Assault D3, Strength 6, -1, 1 damage, Plague Weapon. And then we've got the Missile Launcher, which it has. Missile Launchers are fantastic. They're so versatile, and they come with Blast now with one of their profiles, which makes them anti-armor and anti-infantry. Awesome. I love it when things are flexible. So, we've got, well, everyone should know what a Missile Launcher does, but in case you don't, you've got the Frag profile or Crack profile, both 48-inch range. The Frag Missile is heavy D6 with Blast. Strength 4, no AP, 1 damage. The Crack Missile, however, is heavy 1, strength 8, -2, d6 damage. Very nice. Then we've got the Multi-Melter, just in case you want to kill something a little bit harder. 24-inch range, heavy 1, strength 8, -4, d6 damage. If you're within half range, you roll 2 dice, and you discard the lowest result. But melters are changing, okay? Well, it's still 24-inch range, but it's heavy 2, strength 8, -4, d6 damage, and each time an attack made but with this weapon targets a unit within half range, the attack has a damage characteristic of d6 +2. So it's much more reliable. You're going to be doing a minimum of 3 damage instead of a minimum of 2. Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad. I like it. A lot of people like it. And let's be honest, it's 2 shots rather than 1 now. Absolutely bonkers. Insane. I love it. Then we've got the Gnashing Maw, which is its close combat weapon. So it's only strength unit, so it'll be strength 6. -2, 1 damage, also a plague weapon. It has Disgustingly Resilient, of course it's Death Guard, and then it's got Putrescent Fog. Friendly Death Guard infantry units that are entirely within 7 inches, of the Blight Hauler gain the benefit of cover when making armor saves. Awesome, so your Plague Marines can be a 2-up save. That's scary. That is very scary, because they're toughness 5 anyway, can be toughness 6. They explode on a 4+, so 7 inches, everyone suffers a mortal wound, so they're easy to explode. It's tri-lobed, so add 1 to all hit rolls made for this unit whilst it contains 3 models. So if you bring 3 of them in the same squad, you're hitting on 3s rather than 4s. Awesome. Very, very good. It depends on what their role is for you. If you're just using them to spread their fog ability and other certain abilities with stratagems, you can have units of 1, but a squad of 3 is very, very good because it's just better for your aura. I'd suggest putting like at least 1 squad of 3 in your list. Tri-tracked doesn't matter anymore because they're vehicles. They move and shoot heavy weapons without any penalty anyway. And Foul Stench, enemy units must subtract 1 from any hit rolls that target this unit in the fight phase. So very durable, very, very durable. So that's the basics of the units gone over. So what can we do with this? Well, let's get into the stratagems. The first one I'm going to cover right now is Parasitic Fumes. Okay, it is hands down one of my favourite stratagems, and basically what it does is you pick 1 Blight Hauler unit from your army until the end of the turn. When attacks is allocated to an enemy model within 7 inches of that unit, improve the AP characteristic of that weapon by 1. So AP 0 becomes AP -1. That's amazing, and it says unit, so if you've got 3 of them, that aura is a lot bigger than just 1, and you can stick it on the individual.
Blight-Haulers if you have individuals, because you can run them in 3s, or you can do them separate but spread out a little bit further. Now, the reason that's so amazing is I'll use the worst example, Poxwalkers. Now they've got -1 AP to their attacks, and that makes a hell of a difference when fighting 3+ save Space Marines who got up to 4+ save now. Yeah, it's really, really good. Really good. That, coupled with their cloud ability of giving everyone cover, is amazing. So if you've got Combat Marines, even better, because now they're an additional -1 AP, as well as having a 2+ save from shooting attacks. Hopefully you can see why these are so popular. They're incredible. And they're 100 points each. Oh, it's such a bargain. The other stratagem you're going to want to know is putrid detonation. So if you get into a situation where you're gonna, you get taken down to 0 wounds, but you've got a bunch of custodians around you, whap a command point on it and explode and do a mortal wound to everyone within 7 inches. Why not at least get that last bit of damage out of your 100-point model as you can, especially if they're really clustered around. They've got several units. It's really good, and mortal wounds do stack up after a while. Now into the plague companies. Which one works really well with these guys? Well, there's a couple. They've got really interesting stratagems. If you want them to be really, really tanky, you're going to want to go with the Poxmongers. Yes, it's a fan favourite. Everyone loves the Poxmongers, and that's because they're fantastic. Why would you bring these with these guys? Well, it's pretty simple. The first one is quite simple. The Ironclot Furnace. And what that does is models, well, it's a relic firstly, and all Poxmonger demon engines have a 4+ invulnerable save, whilst they're within 7 inches of a model with this relic. Fantastic, they've become hard as nails, so that makes them a hell of a lot tankier. Yeah, it's incredible. On top of that, you also get the Biolis Blood Rush stratagem. And basically what that does is you select one Poxmonger Demon Engine unit in your army until the end of the phase. That unit can shoot in a turn in which it fell back, which can be quite nice if someone decides they want to tie you up with grots. Sure, you can shoot into combat, but you don't want to be shooting grots. Very handy. On top of that, we've got the Flux Abated, and what that does is if you get extremely lucky and destroy an enemy model in the fight phase with your Demon Engine, you get to regain D3 lost wounds. Fantastic. So very, very tough to take down. But the cherry on the top for me, and this might surprise some people, is the Warlord trait synergy that you can get going. What it is when resolving attacks made by a close combat weapon by friendly Poxmonger models against an enemy infantry unit, whilst the model is within 7 inches of this Warlord, improve the AP by 1. Now, go back to Combat Marines, okay? They've got Poxmonger keyword because you've got this play company, and you're within 7 inches of one of your Blight-Haulers. They're now at -2 AP with their Plague Knives. Amazing. Up on top of all the buffs you can give them, on top of all the attacks you can give them. So you can really viably run close combat Marines. And these guys just help because it keeps them alive on the way in. On top of that, when they finally do get in, you've got a lot of AP on your side. If you've got flails in there, they're just going to shred through Marines. And let's be honest, that's what we're going to be fighting. Space Marines. But you do not have to tailor your list around these guys. If you're going for a heavy Demon Engine list where you've got 3 units of 3 Blight-Haulers, absolutely go Poxmongers because you've got the +1 to hit, plus the Ironclot Furnace, plus all the stratagems that come with the Poxmongers, plus the ones I've mentioned before, and you can have this Warlord trait if you really want to. I wouldn't bother if you're going mainly Demon Engines, but if you're going for a bit of a mix, this is still viable to bring if you want them as a backup, because I bring 3, and sometimes I keep them separate so they can spread their aura around the battlefield a lot easier. Because they're not really there to shoot, it's just a bonus to shoot. But I like the having cover on my Plague Marines, being toughness 5 on a 2-up save is very good. On top of that, they've got their stratagem to make everyone -1 AP within 7 inches pretty much. But that's my quick summary on how to use the Myphitic Blight-Haulers. I absolutely love them. I think they're a must include in a Death Guard list. They are so cheap for what they can do. They've got a hell of a lot of firepower, and they've got great synergy with the army. They keep your guys tough, they put big tanks down, and on top of that, they make your guys that little bit more killy, which is what we're all about. We're about getting into the midfield, standing there, not dying, but killing anything that comes in our face. So, thank you ever so much for listening. Do let me know in the comment section down below how you use your Blight-Haulers, or if you use them at all, or if you've got something better for me. And if you want me to cover any other specific units in the Death Guard Codex, let me know as well, because chances are I'll do it. Anyway, thank you ever so much. If you like the video, do hit the like button, so I know people like these kind of like unit breakdown videos. And if you're feeling especially saintly today, do consider subscribing. And I just want to mention one thing. There's a absolutely fantastic painter on Instagram who covers a lot of monsters and machines with her painting. She's absolutely phenomenal, and I'm going to just mention her and leave the link of her Instagram profile in the description down below. Do check her out. She is absolutely fantastic, outstanding painting, and her bases are incredible. Literally, she makes basically a diorama out of each model. It's insane. So, if you're feeling twice as saintly, do consider checking her out. She is called Kaza 2010 Warhammer Girl. So, yeah, link down in the description below, and the link to my Discord if you ever want to chat about anything Death Guard related or any other tabletop wargame. Anyway, I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.